In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 serum foundations for mature skin. Welcome to Beauty by Des. I'm Des, I'm over 60 and I love to talk about makeup, skincare, clothes and other bits and bobs that make me happy. I also have a website called Beauty by Des and I'm on Insta and Facebook too. So, serum foundations, and I have 5 to show you with mini reviews. And I think it's a good time to be doing this because as the weather warms up in the Northern Hemisphere at any rate, our thoughts turn to lighter coverage foundations. Now, all of these foundations are serum foundations, or that's how they market themselves, but they are sort of light to medium coverage. So they're not sheer. Then it's not like a tinted moisturiser. They are actually foundations. So let's crack on. So in no particular order, let's start with the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation. And here it is. Now I've done a couple of videos where I featured this foundation. One where I pitted it against the Lisa Eldridge foundation, which I'll link up here in the corner for you. And one where I included it in my top 5 luxury foundations, which I'll also link up there for you and down below in the description box. So let me tell you what the marketing blurb says and how it sells itself. It says, showing us how skincare and makeup can be married for ultimate efficacy, the Your Skin But Better foundation plus skincare offers all-day hydration and coverage while feeding skin with good for you ingredients that will smooth, tone and refine skin texture over time. Now let me just caveat all these claims, and there'll be more from the other foundations as well, by saying that when you've got mature skin, particularly if you've got over 60 skin, which I have, I don't think that you will see any particular benefits. And to be honest, I don't wear the same foundation every day. I don't know anyone that does unless they've only got the one. So I don't think you're necessarily going to see any benefits. But does it look good on the skin? That's the most important thing. And does it feel good? So let me tell you more about what it has in it. So it's got microfine illuminating pearl powder, as well as uber hydrating hyaluronic acid, aloe vera extract, exfoliating Heapes acid and nourishing vitamins E and B. So it says it's lightweight, it's medium coverage, buildable, and as I say, it claims that it can improve skin texture within 2 weeks. But it does give a glow. Now, when I looked on the Cult Beauty website about reviews, some people were saying they didn't like the idea that it was illuminating, but that's what the pearl powder does. And actually, in case you're wondering what pearl powder is, let me tell you about that as well, which is interesting. It is made by boiling fresh or salt water pearls to sterilise them and then milling the pearls into a soft fine powder. And this powder contains, amongst other things, amino acids, calcium and antioxidants. So it tells you how to apply. It says for natural looking buildable coverage, shake well and apply 1 to 2 pumps to clean skin using a brush. Now I personally think I don't use a brush for any of these. What I do is I dot it around my face, I apply it with my fingers and then I smooth it out with a sponge, a moistened sponge. So let me just show you a little bit. You apply it with a pump like this, you smooth it on, and let me swatch a bit. It might be easier if I do it here, so I'm going to swatch a little bit there for you so you can see the colour. I'm in the shade medium cool, so that's what medium cool looks like. And my verdict is it's comfortable and it has a slight glow and it feels comfortable on the skin. So that's the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation plus skincare. So the next foundation I want to talk about is the L'Oreal True Match Tinted Plumping Serum. Now it doesn't call itself a foundation, but in effect it is a foundation. And I think it's indistinguishable from the L'Oreal True Match foundation, which calls itself a foundation because the ingredients are very similar. But anyway, the marketing says it has the power of 1% hyaluronic acid, now tinted, the perfect marriage of skincare and makeup. This innovative formula combines the benefits of a skin serum with the radiance and coverage of a foundation. Now it only has 9 blendable shades, which is not great, but it does say it's easy to blend on a variety of skin tones, leaving skin with a natural luminous finish for a flawless nude look. And the ingredients include alcohol, so beware if your skin is quite dry, it might not suit you. butylene glycol, dimethicone glycerin and empitrum nigrum fruit juice, which I had to look up, and it's an antioxidant, which I will have you know is in a Victoria Beckham cell rejuvenating power serum. So there you go. So what they say is, and this is an interesting thing because it's got this dreaded dropper, it says how to apply, shake well before use, which is fine. Now what it says is you're supposed to apply 2 to 3 drops on your palms, okay? 1, 2, 3, that's probably enough. Then it says spread lightly with your fingers as if you were using your daily serum, just as if you were using your daily serum, by smoothing a small amount onto clean skin, which I think is slightly weird, but I suppose I can see what they mean because it does feel like a serum as it goes on. I probably was more cat-handed and put quite a lot on, but actually maybe you don't need a lot. And let me swatch a tiny bit for you actually. Let me swatch it against the It Cosmetics here. So you can see it's a bit sheerer. A bit sheerer, is that a word? I don't know. Here, let me just pop a bit more on because you probably can't see. So as you can see, it's a lot lighter than the It. I must say it's slightly weird when you compare the two. The It, which is the darker of the two at the top, actually doesn't look as illuminating as the serum underneath, but hey ho. Now it's funny, I've just looked at the blurb that I wrote down before I prepared this video, and I've actually written down that it's not as glowy as the It Cosmetics, but it clearly is on my arm, which is very, very odd. So I think the verdict is you've got to try it to see whether it's glowy enough for you, but it certainly has all the right glowy ingredients, including hyaluronic acid. And if you're looking for a reasonably priced serum foundation, although as I say, it doesn't sell itself as a foundation, it is very reasonably priced. So I think if you're looking for a reasonably priced tinted serum foundation, then the L'Oreal definitely wins over the It Cosmetics because it's about half the price. Now, moving on to one of my favourite foundations, which I have talked about a lot on this channel, and that is the No. 7 Lift and Luminate, and it's this one right here. So the marketing says it's expertly formulated to target the 3 key signs of ageing, and it instantly conceals fine lines and wrinkles, age spots, pigmentation, and uneven texture and tone for a brighter, firmer, and more youthful complexion. This comfortable feeling foundation with SPF 15, which the other two don't have, actively helps protect skin from the damaging effects of the sun. Includes ingredients like glycerin, butylene glycol, also includes alcohol, but the alcohol is fairly down the ingredients list, so I think if you have got a tendency to dry skin, it probably won't affect it as much. I must say, I think of all my foundations, it probably is my favourite drugstore foundation. I do really love it, and it's one I turn to on a regular basis. I must admit, I think of it as a foundation rather than maybe the lighter tinted moisturising foundations that we've just talked about, so the It and the L'Oreal. I would say the coverage is medium, not light medium. But let me just apply a little bit for you. So we're going to shake the bottle. I'll pop it on the other hand because my other hand is getting a bit grubby. That's what it looks like. So that's quite dark actually, and it smooths very nicely, goes on nicely. And let me swatch a bit. So that's it at the bottom there. Hope you can see that. So that colour is, see how they're all so different, aren't they? And yet they all suit my skin. So I'm in the shade Sandalwood, but I have a feeling I've had this in Cool Beige before. I think they've slightly changed their shades now because a few people have complained on the Boots website about that. But anyway, I think this suits me very well. So that is the No. 7 Lift and Luminate. It gives a medium coverage rather than a light to medium. Feels great on the skin. Really love it, and reasonably priced, but probably in the mid-price drugstore. So I think it's about, yes, it's $18.95. So it's at the upper end of the drugstore serum foundations. So now we come to No. 4, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation, and it's a little bit more than the It Cosmetics at £36, and I really do love it. Let me tell you what the marketing says. So Charlotte really does go overboard on her marketing, as she tends to do with a lot of her products. But this is what she says. It's medium coverage, hydrating, been expertly formulated with skincare ingredients to combine instant glow and buildable coverage with long-term skincare benefits. Again, we're not sure at our age, over 60, over 50, with mature skins, that we're going to get a lot of benefits from wearing it every day in terms of skincare. But it looks great on the skin, and it's got hyaluronic acid. It's got Pyrus Malus apple fruit water, which is found in loads of skincare products, but not usually in makeup. It's loaded with protein, starch, sugars, acids, vitamins, and salts. The sugars give apple fruit extract nice moisturising. The sugars, which are mainly fructose, glucose, and sucrose, give nice moisturising and smoothing properties, while the acids give it mild exfoliant, skin brightening and antibacterial properties. And then it's got all sorts of other stuff, including rose oil. Now, the only thing that worried me a little bit about the rose oil, and I've just done a video on sensitive skin and products that are good for sensitive skin that don't have fragrance in them, and some that aren't so good. This one, the jury's a bit out because it's got this rose oil. When I looked it up, it says it's got more than 95 compounds, among them flavonoids, anthocyanins, vitamin C and quercetin, which are all known for their medical properties and great antioxidant effects. But out of those 95 compounds, the major ones are our old friends citronellol and geraniol, which are fragrant components that might irritate sensitive skin. So I have to watch it. I have worn this. I haven't found it irritates my skin. If I wore it every day for a week, would it exacerbate my seborrheic dermatitis? I don't know, because I haven't worn it every day. But you might want to be a bit careful if you've got any irritated or sensitive skin. Right, enough rambling. Let me apply it. So it comes in a nice tube. Pop it on. There it is. And it smooths nice. It's quite runny. This is definitely medium coverage. This is not light to medium. And I will also swatch it for you. I'm running out of space, but let me just pop it here. Gosh, another completely different shade, isn't it? Look at that. I'm in the shade 6 Neutral. I mean, I say I'm in the shade. That's the shade I've bought, and I think it suits me. But honestly, when you look at all the different colours, it's quite amazing, isn't it, that they all suit me. Having said that, they'll suit me better at different times, and also if the coverage isn't, you know, full coverage or even medium coverage, if it's lighter, then it's going to blend into the skin a bit more, isn't it? Anyway, so that's the Charlotte. I really love it. I think it's very smoothing. It does help to smooth fine lines out. I'd say it's more like the Lift and Luminate, and it gives more coverage as that one does, rather than the L'Oreal and the It Cosmetics, which are lighter coverage. So those of you who watched my channel before, you'll know I did a Nars light reflecting foundation video quite recently, and I put the headline, was it glowy or greasy? Because it was selling itself as glowy. And I decided that actually, having given it a wear test, and I'll link that up in the corner for you, that it was greasy. But I have to say, because I've got it, I thought, well, I'm going to try it again. And actually, some of the really nice comments said that it looked really nice on my skin. So I thought, okay, look, let's just give it another go. After all, we're coming into a warmer season. It's actually a beautiful day. It's going to be 19 degrees today. Let's give it another go. So I have, and actually I'm wearing it today, and I have no powder on my face apart from on my lids and under my eyes. So here it is, the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. It retails for £37.50, so it's the most expensive of all the foundations in the list. But you, as I say, you've got a perfect right to wag your finger at me because I was a little bit pooey about it before. So let me tell you a little bit about what it says in the marketing. It says, innovative blend of makeup and skincare instantly blurs imperfections, smooths the look of textured skin and helps conceal even blemishes, dark spots and redness. Now, just to quickly say, my skin is a little bit red. It's got blemishes on it. It's got a lot of sort of lesions and that kind of thing. But to be honest, I suppose because I look at my skin so much, I don't really notice them all that much, except when I haven't got makeup on. And even then, I don't often think about covering them. I don't use concealer much on. I mean, I've got one spot, I think it's here, that I sometimes remember to cover with concealer, but quite often I don't bother actually. So really I'm just looking for a foundation that I can smooth on and that's it, and not worry about bits of other blemishes that I need to cover up. But I think that this one, let me come a bit closer. I mean, it's not going to cover up these brown things here, these sort of moly things, but I think it does a pretty good, I think it gives pretty good coverage. So it also says, visibly improves skin clarity after 6 weeks of daily use. Now, again, I'm not buying into that and I'm not interested in that really, because I've got my own skincare. All I'm interested in from a foundation or a light reflective foundation in this instance is, does it make my skin look better? Does it smooth it? Does it blur it? That's what I'm interested in. And I think actually I have to say this does. It's got 36 shades. It feels comfortable on the skin. Some of the ingredients it's got are biomimetic oat, visibly visibly improves clarity by reducing the appearance of redness while helping to smooth and calm the look of the skin. It also has Japanese lily turf, which immediately strengthens. It also has Japanese lily turf, which immediately strengthens the skin's barrier, helping to maintain its moisture. And cacao peptides and milk thistle help to reduce the negative effects of blue light and other environmental stressors. I was watching the fabulous Tamara's Timeless Beauty. Oh, I love her so much. And she did a really great review as part of her Sephora haul, I think it was. A review of the Nars foundation, and she had very sensibly looked at how to apply it on the instructions. And what it says is, oh, and by the way, when I did my review, I'm so stupid. I didn't realise that this was a twist off cap, or sorry, a pull off cap, which it is. I was twisting it and I pulled the whole thing out and ended up thinking that that was the applicator. Oh, what a nerk. So the idea is you're supposed to put it and warm it in your fingers. So you apply a couple of pumps like that, and then you warm it in your fingers like that, and then you apply it, which I suppose is like a serum. But I'm not going to apply it because I've already got some on. But let me see if I can find, oh, okay, I'm going to pop some up here. Hopefully you'll be able to see that on the camera. So that's it at the top. And if I move back and you can see all the different ones, I have no idea if that's showing, but let's hope it is. And I'm in the shade Patagonia. So there you have it. So I'd say that there are 3 which are light to medium and 2 that are medium. I'd say the Charlotte Tilbury and the Lift and Luminate are the medium coverages. And the L'Oreal, the Nars and the IT Cosmetics are all light to medium. So what's the verdict? Well, if you're looking for a light to medium as opposed to a medium, you would want to go with the L'Oreal, the IT Cosmetics or the Nars. But if you're looking for a little bit more coverage, you want a medium coverage but still with the skin loving ingredients, then I would go for the number 7 Lift and Luminate or the Charlotte Tilbury. Obviously they're all different price ranges as well, so that's going to affect your choice, but I love them all and I will wear them all. I do think it's interesting to note how different the shades are. It's so hard to tell because a lot of these companies do have shade match finders, but actually I'm not sure how close the shades are in real life. But I think I've chosen the right shades for me, and as I say, my skin changes, my undertone isn't going to change because it's generally neutral, but sometimes I'm a little more red, sometimes I'm a little more yellow. I really hope this video on serum foundations for mature skin's been helpful to you, and if it has, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and better yet, subscribing to the channel, and leave me a comment below. What have you chosen, if any of these, or have you got other serum foundations that you've tried that you really like? I'm always in the market for some, although they have to be fragrance free. That's my only caveat. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one, which hopefully is going to be about bronzers. Thanks for watching. Bye.